Tommy Boyd.
If you're looking for exciting places to visit with your family over the summer, then make sure you join Lorraine Kelly tomorrow for the Outspan Big Day Out. She'll be finding out about the best safari parks around the country, and it's your chance to win an Outspan citrus fruit gift basket. £250 to spend on a big day out with your family, or even a fabulous holiday to South Africa. Join Lorraine Kelly tomorrow from midday for the Big Day Out with Outspan seriously fresh fruit. It's coming up to 10 minutes past 3, and between now and 4 o'clock on this programme, we have accepted the challenge once again to dovetail an important news and current affairs issue stroke talking point with World Cup France 98. And here it is, bottoms. Bottoms. Bottoms are big because some important research is being done into what is the ideal bottom from the aesthetic point of view rather than the practical point of view. And yet anybody who knows anything about football will be the first to tell you, and it was Alex Stock, the legendary manager of several clubs, who first identified the importance of the size of a footballer's bottom in relation to how good he is as a footballer. He was actually referring to the bottom owned by one of talk radio's expert pundits, the legendary Rodney Marsh, when he said he saw him play as a boy, saw that he had something. When he recognised the width of his bottom, he knew that he was a talent in the making, which he wasn't half. Free call 0500 1053 89 with whatever aspect of this crucial part of the anatomy that first springs to mind. Shall I tell you something from the hip, which I've only just discovered when we began to research this topic? And maybe it's the same for you. I wasn't told by anybody that it was common to find bottoms attractive, and so I was worried about myself when I realised that it was an interesting part of the opposite sex's anatomy as far as I was concerned. Because all the noises that were made by men on films and in books, you know, you read your Shakespeare or you go to the movies and there's a carry-on film on, they all suggested that men were to be attracted to women's faces and cleavage. But it was... I found bottoms rather attractive. And it wasn't until I was about 17 or 18, gentlemen, this is the same for you, isn't it? That you discovered that it was all right, that was the case, and that you weren't strange. But then it was another 10 or 15 years before I discovered, in earnest conversation with the opposite sex, praise be to the Lord for them, that women also find men's bottoms or buttocks or whatever particularly attractive. Okay. Free call 0500 1053 89. Let's first of all begin by getting something out of the way. Let's celebrate the bottom, because the bottom is wonderful, isn't it? It represents no danger to us whatsoever. It's not a part of the anatomy that can be in any way, it can like sort of harbour anything difficult or dangerous, unlike our thoughts or, goodness knows, you know, our reproductive organs. It's just a beautiful thing, and yet presumably was given us purely to be practical. But it is extremely beautiful. That's why you have competitions such as Rear of the Year, which has been won by everybody from Felicity Kendall through to, I understand, the incumbent is Ulrika Johnson, and a wonderful rear too. But I have to ask this question. I just wonder what your reaction is. We know that bottoms are smashing. Don't you think it's a shame that they have to be covered up? And wouldn't it make the Rear of the Year competition all the more interesting if we were able to enjoy harmlessly, totally harmlessly, this single, innocuous and entirely aesthetically pleasing aspect of every single human being without it being covered up twice? Usually it's covered up twice normally. What else do we cover up twice? Our feet, some of the time, but not all of the time. Free call 0500 10 53 89. The great thing about bottoms is it doesn't matter who you are or what shape you are, everybody's bottom is fantastic. Virtually no matter what age it is. It's glorious. And I think it will be a really liberating experience if we can, A, simply celebrate this simple fact this afternoon. They are glorious, and it is free. Completely free. And good fun. and in clandestine discussions, and it's a shame that they're clandestine, so I'm going to change all that, and I'm going to liberate the conversation so that we can all join in. People that I've talked to at Talk Radio have told me that they find bottoms a tremendous source of amusement and fun between loving couples. They can be nibbled, and they can be patted, and they can be petted. They can even be smacked. And people find it great fun. Bottoms. Come on, let's do this. Let's celebrate the bottom. And at some point, dovetail it with a conversation about France 98. Is not Alex Stock absolutely right when he says that wide-bottomed footballers are more effective on the park because they've got a low centre of gravity, this is the theory, than footballers with slim hips? Free call 0500 10 53 89 in celebration of the bottom, both from an aesthetic and a sporting practical point of view. I'm Tommy Boyd, this is Talk Radio. There's a good argument for listening.
This is Talk Radio, the nation's interactive station. Recall 0500 1053 89 now.
It's all Lorraine Kelly and Scott Chisholm's fault that we're celebrating bottoms. Ben calls from Enfield. You're on Talk Radio. Hello, Ben.
Hello, Tommy. Tommy, I'm there with you all the way.
Good
Bottoms
man.
are fantastic.
They are, aren't they?
Something came to my mind as I was sitting. Men, I mean, myself, I only noticed my wife's always pointing it out to me. I get into trouble all the time. Walk past a lady in the street. She's walked past me. Suddenly my head, unconsciously, of course,
Yeah.
has turned around to see what her bottom's like. Because it's very important to me.
Yeah.
Women, however,
Yeah.
do this much more subtly. And I don't know how a woman gets away with it without actually the turn of the head. Could you enlighten me on that?
Well, how do you know that they do it then, if they do it so subtly that you don't know how they do it?
Because they tell me. They say, oh, he's got a nice bottom, and I've never seen them look.
Yes.
Whereas men aren't very subtle about it. But anyway, I've always got in trouble for that, turning around after the woman's pass. And for some, I couldn't go out with a woman with a big fat bottom, sorry.
No. Well, I'll tell you something that's interesting. I don't know about you, but I like, and I think men do, like women's bottoms, all women's bottoms, but have a penchant for women's bottoms that are somehow boyish. And yet, and yet, if you suddenly found out it was a boy's bottom, you go, no. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, totally.
Do you understand?
I totally agree with you.
Weird, isn't it? Aren't we weird? Aren't we weak? Aren't we strange?
What is it about the bottom? I mean, I didn't even realise it was so important to me.
Oh, God, well, there is a theory.
What's the theory?
There is a theory. There is an anthropologically based theory on why bottoms are attractive.
Are you going to tell us?
Well, I wish I didn't know, really. It's dead boring, but it's a theory.
And?
Well, it's just that all animals, apart from mankind, make love slightly differently from how we do. And therefore, the what's called the buttock cleavage is a primary sexual signal.
I totally agree with that.
Fair dues. Fair dues, then. But it doesn't feel like that, does it?
Well, to be honest with you, when you said it was harmless and totally innocuous, I didn't totally agree with you, because I think there is a certain sexual aspect to the bottom myself.
Oh, no, I mean, there is a certain sexual aspect to it, isn't there? But it's rarely celebrated in literature and films, you know. Take the carry-on thing, for example. Now, I'm lucky enough to have worked with Barbara Windsor.
Oh, really?
I am, and I can tell you that
bottom like?
Even more attractive than her other parts that are more celebrated. Okay?
Thanks, Tommy.
Fair dues. Free call 0500 10 53 89. Alistair calls from Glasgow to unburden. Alistair, you're on Talk Radio. Hello.
Hi there, Tommy.
Alistair.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, I'd just like to say that I'm so attracted to women's bottoms.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of them.
It's perfectly normal. You'll be glad to know.
Yeah, I know. I'm walking down the street and I just see them, Tommy, and I just get so excited.
I know. Of course you do.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's just,
The difficulty is, of course, that you have to notice without appearing to notice.
Yeah, I know, you have to peek round. So
it's a real challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know if you feel the same as me when you're walking down the street and you just see it. And you just have to turn round.
Well, it depends on who you're with.
Yeah, well, if you're just by yourself, you know, you can just...
Well, you still have to be
careful.
A quick glance is fine, but, you know, you don't want to embarrass the owner of the bottom.
Oh, no, of course not. But I perfectly agree with the guy before there. It's just, I've just got to look at them. So that is my point, Tommy. I have to look at women's bottoms.
Of course you do. We all do, dear boy. The only piece of experience I can pass on to you is that if you do find yourself in a restaurant, fast food bar.
Yes.
And it's slightly dark in there.
Uh-huh.
All right, and you can look through the glass window because being as it's dark, they won't be able to see in quite so easily because they'll see the reflection of themselves rather than you.
Uh-huh.
So they won't notice. So you can ogle. So I'm mentally working out whether I can betray a game that Russell Harty... Have you ever heard of Russell Harty?
I haven't.
Okay,
sorry.
no, don't worry about it. He used to play a great game with his friends which was called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I'm just wondering whether... No, I think in the afternoon it would be... There'd be too much comeback if I were to explain how to play Snow White.
But, Tommy, do you not feel this is like a bit perverted?
Well, I'm glad you raised it. I'm glad you raised that. Because no, it isn't. But unfortunately, somehow, convention has persuaded men that it might be. And you're getting a fit of the giggles, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't.
No, I know, it's just...
It's normal, it's natural, and it, entertains all of us.
Yeah.
But we do feel a bit kinky doing it, don't we?
Yeah, I know.
I know. I know.
Thanks for talking to me then,
I'm
Tom.
glad you called, mister. Free call 0500 1053 89. In celebration of bottoms. Free call 0500 1053 89. I'm Tommy Boyd. This is Talk Radio. There's a good argument. A very good argument. A superb argument. One of the all-time great arguments. He padded. Ready? Good. For listening.
The Tommy Boyd. Free call 0500 1053 89.
Good afternoon. The second test is underway, standing at 28 for 2. The visitors, Royal Ascot, is thriving. The World Cup is up and running, as is the US Golf Open. And Louise Woodward is home. So naturally, we're discussing bottoms with Sharon, who calls from Birmingham. You're on Talk Radio. Hello, Sharon.
Hi, Tony.
Sharon.
I like a man with a nice firm bottom, but I don't like these workmen showing off half of it.
No.
It's horrible, vulgar and hairy.
Yes, I know. I'm just wondering whether, whilst there is nothing nicer than a nice bottom, whether there's nothing more off-putting than one that isn't so nice.
Well, you can tell a nice bottom when they're walking, but when they're bending down and showing half of it, it's and...
Is it the size of it, or the amount of hair on it, or the fact that you really don't want to see any part of it at all because it's obtrusive? What is it that you find offensive?
I think it's all of it. I'd rather see it tucked up in a nice pair of jeans.
I sometimes wonder why pop stars don't perform facing away from us.
Facing away from us?
Facing away from us.
Oh, yes. Well, there's quite a few that's got nice bottoms.
I know. Status Quo, for example, you would imagine would all be happy with their rear view in washed jeans, but they always perform facing people.
Yeah.
Rod Stewart is another example.
Well, Alpha's got better bottoms than faces.
Susie Quattro never once performed... Do you remember Susie Quattro? No.
Yeah.
Yes? Never once performed, to my knowledge, facing away from us.
Didn't she?
No. Pretty girl. No problem there.
And quite good figure as well.
Yes. And you?
Well, so-so.
So-so?
So-so.
There is no so-so bottom.
Well, I got 2 bald eggs wrapped up in a handkerchief.
Sounds grand. That's not so-so at all, is it? Be honest.
Well, my boyfriend likes it.
How do you know that?
He's always grabbing it.
Would you mind saying that again?
He's always grabbing it.
Grabbing it?
Yeah.
Gently?
Yeah, firmly.
Affectionately?
And goes, whoa!
He goes, again, what?
He goes, whoa!
Yeah, we do, you see, we do. They just don't get the celebration they deserve, do they?
No, not really.
And they make a lovely slapping noise too, don't they? If you're on intimate terms with yourself.
Yeah, it hurts.
In fact, are you in alone?
Sorry?
Are you in at home?
No, I'm at work.
Oh, I was going to ask you to give your bottom a slap for us so that we could hear it, but if you're at work, you're not able to do that, or are you?
Yeah, I can.
Well, that would be nice. It'll be intimate.
Here you go.
Thank you. Ah.
Did you hear that?
No, could you put the telephone a bit nearer and slap a bit harder?
Okay.
Nice one.
Hello.
Hello.
Did you get that one?
Loud and clear.
Oh, I like that one.
No, you can't turn yourself on.
No, my boyfriend did it.
Your boyfriend smacks you?
Yeah.
For any particular reason?
I don't know, he likes it.
Do you?
Well, not all the time.
Well, he wouldn't do it all the time, would he?
No.
He does it quite a lot.
When I walk past him, when I'm in the house and I walk past him, he slaps it.
And you don't mind it some of the time?
Well,
It's a funny thing, though, isn't it, that? The sort of corporal punishment for fun thing that an awful lot of people do enjoy,
yeah.
especially men.
Women don't enjoy it all the time, though, do they?
Well, I don't know. I don't know every woman.
Well, a lot of women don't like their rear end viewed half the time. They get embarrassed.
Well, they do, yes. And I mean, you know, the business of harassment is real and would never be made light of. But at the same time, when two people are fond of each other and, you know, they've kind of decided that they're an item and they start having fun, you know, most fun is quite well documented and known and understood for all sorts of reasons and celebrated in literature and in film and everything.
Yeah.
But your boyfriend likes to smack your bottom.
Yeah.
Mystery, isn't it? Really? Isn't it, really?
It is.
Anyway, what?
Okay.
Thanks for that. Back to work.
Okay, then, bye.
Yeah. Natalie calls now from London. You're on Talk Radio. Hello, Natalie.
Hello, Tommy.
Hi.
I don't know if I'm brave enough for this now, but I'm on the phone, so let's go. I'm very disappointed in you, actually, because when you said you were going to celebrate the bottom,
Yes.
great.
Yes.
I'm all for that.
Yes.
But then you said, except you prefer women to have boyish bottoms, and I think you'll find that there's an awful lot of women with very big bottoms. That's just the way we're built. It's got something to do with having babies and whatever shape we are, you know.
Well, and cream cakes.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Ah.
But,
Yes.
you know, some people can be
No, well,
the
I
right
haven't
weight with a big fat bottom.
I haven't disappointed you. You've disappointed you with your bottom. I
Yeah,
can't.
it could be right.
I'm not responsible for your bottom. Nor am I responsible for how I and the rest of menfolk feel about bottoms. We're stuck with it.
Yes, definitely.
We mustn't let facts of life disappoint us, Natalie, because there's nothing we can do about them.
No, so we're celebrating all bottoms, are we?
Yeah, you've got a lovely bottom. No
Thank
question
you.
about it.
And as far as workmen's bottoms go, actually, I think we can celebrate them as well, because I think they're funny. And I think we can get our revenge from being shouted at walking past. We can shout back at them
Yes.
and say, cracky or whatever we want. Whatever we...
Now, Natalie, I don't know you, and yet I feel that in 90 seconds I've somehow become acquainted, and I'm sure you don't actually shout it, but you think it.
No.
Yeah. What
No,
next?
I have shouted it, actually.
Good for you. That's what we like to hear.
But actually, it's not that brave, because I might have been in the back of the car when I did it, but...
Wow,
You
whatever.
know.
It's a start, isn't it?
Revenge, yeah.
It's a start.
Yeah. And also, I'd just like to say my children's bottoms as well. I'd just like to celebrate them on the air.
Oh, I
Because
know.
they're just the most gorgeous little things you ever saw.
Oh, I know.
And,
It's true, isn't it?
yes,
In the healthiest
absolutely.
possible way. Completely the healthiest possible way.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course it is. Well said.
Little peaches. Okay,
Oh, well said.
bye.
Bye. Free call 0500 10 53 89 is the number. It's 3:30, time for a World Cup sport update with Andy Smith.
Talk to Tommy Boyds. Free call 0500 1053 89. 0500 1053 89.
Faye is our next caller, calling from Wolverhampton. You're on Talk Radio. Faye, good afternoon.
Hello, Tommy.
Hello, Faye.
Hello.
We're celebrating bottoms.
Bottoms, yes. Well, I phoned up to say, really, that I think men are more sexual towards bottoms than women are. I don't personally take much notice of men's bottoms. But as I said earlier, I find men are absolutely fascinated with bottoms.
When you say you said earlier, that's because I had a chat with you whilst we were
You did?
drinking in the World Cup update. What do you do for a living, Faye?
I get paid, Tommy, for certain services I provide for different clients.
Such as?
Spanking,
Yes.
either being spanked or spanking their bottoms.
Yes.
And I find generally that men do gravitate towards the bottom area on women, particularly with women who they're paying a service for, and it's not a loved one who they may ask for things that they think they shouldn't really be asking for.
Things that they couldn't get for love, they'll get for money.
Of course.
Yes.
Any price.
Yes. So, I mean, how much does it charge? How much do you charge to let someone smack your bottom?
Spank.
Spank, sorry.
Spank.
Yes.
Well, really, it depends on the time scale that they're there. Usually from about £80 per hour.
Good Lord.
Depending what they want, up to about £2.50 an hour.
Good Lord. Do you know why men like it?
I think men...
Some men like it, of course, I should say.
I would say that all men like it, or all men inside would like to try it.
Are you telling me that I like it?
I believe you have thought about it, yes, Tommy.
And this is all men?
All men.
All men like it and all men have thought about it?
Yes.
And all men would like to do it?
Yes.
That's your theory?
Absolutely.
And you're an expert. Hey, and we believe in experts in broadcasting. Damn. Well. But you don't know why? Yet?
I believe that men have different erogenous zones to women, and because they feel certain sensations in their bottoms, they believe women do. But I don't believe we do.
It is extraordinary, though, isn't it?
It is fascinating because...
It is extraordinary.
It is.
I always say to people, I think it's fascinating being a human being. You can't possibly be bored because here you are stuck inside this strange thing, your body, which has all sorts of strange sensations and urges and impulses. You could never get bored.
No.
But this one that we're talking about right now with you is one of the great mysteries, isn't it?
I know
why a person enjoys getting hurt.
I know some tricks, Tommy.
Tricks?
That I could do to you, and it would blow your mind.
Well, I'm sure. But
all to do with the bottom.
Yes, fine. Well, it's the middle of the afternoon, so...
Of course I wouldn't say anything.
No. That's very shrewd of you. We'll come back to it another day. Are you in the home alone?
I have my daughter with me. She's asleep.
Your daughter's asleep?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's all right then.
Of course. She doesn't know where.
Well, we've had an amateur give her bottom a slap. Why don't we ask a professional?
Okay then. I won't charge you for this.
No, I can't believe we're doing this either.
A spank, Tommy, not a slap.
What's the
or a smack, it's a spank.
What's the difference then? Is that more erogenous than smack? Spank?
Yes, I think it's more... They like the term spank because smack sounds painful.
Right, I see. It sounds as though it is an admonishment.
Yes, you have to know where to spank, though.
What do you mean?
Well, not all parts of the flesh area of the bottom can be spanked without causing pain, too much pain.
So where do you focus on then?
Right at the rump, right near the bottom of the bottom.
A gluteal fold, I believe doctors refer to it.
I have no medical training.
Nor have I.
And I tend to find that men tend to spank near the hip area, which can cause bruising. You must always go towards the bottom, the very, very fleshy part.
Faye, I'm very grateful that you called. In so many ways, as is so often the case when you talk to somebody who knows a bit more than you did when you started talking to them, you know actually a little bit less, simply because there are so many more questions I want to ask you. It's actually a series, isn't it? But it is the middle of the afternoon, so you've got to mind your P's and Q's.
Of course.
Keep up the good work.
I will.
You're doing society proud.
I'm doing them a great favour.
When men come and see you so that you can help them in this way,
yes,
are they generally... do they feel slightly embarrassed or are they mystified or cock a hoop because of this form of pleasure which they enjoy?
I find it matters on really what profession they come from towards their attitude towards you.
Go on.
Say if you have a gas man come round, he'll be like a little baby and want you to take the lead. If you have a policeman or a judge or a solicitor, they tend to be quite bossy.
Talk to you all day, but there's a queue going around the block because obviously we've touched a nerve here with this topic of conversation, and that's what it's all about. Faye, thank you for your call.
Thank you, Tommy.
Keep up the good work.
I will.
Bye.
As long as it pays. Bye.
£80 an hour. Free call 0500 10 53 89. Wait till I speak to Lorraine Kelly and Scott Chisholm because they have opened a can of you-know-what. We're celebrating bottoms. Simple as that. And why not? It's at the front of everybody's mind, it turns out. I'm Tommy Boyd. This is Talk Radio. There's a good argument for listening.
Across the UK, this is Talk Radio, the conversation of the nation. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bottoms. And memo to Anna Rayburn, there are 23 men on a football pitch the most important man on the football pitch is the very one that most people who don't know much about football forget. Referring back to Anna's words earlier. Anna's with you at 7. Cheryl is with you at 3:45. Oh, that was tidy. Cheryl calls from Glasgow. You're on Talk Radio. Cheryl, hello.
Hi, Tommy.
Cheryl.
I think bottoms are great, personally, especially footballers' bottoms.
Yes.
In fact, me and my friends, we're having a competition during the World Cup.
And?
We're having our own personal World Cup to see which team have got the best 11 bottoms.
Really?
Yeah, oh, it's great fun.
Okay.
You should try it, Tommy.
Who's out in front, behind?
Well, not that we're biased or anything, but we say Scotland.
Yes.
Definitely. Darren Jackson especially, there's nothing like a lovely, muscular, pert bottom.
Well, you see, you're going to miss Darren Jackson in the next match because he's been yellow carded twice, so he's out.
John Collins comes a close second, though.
John Collins got a good bottom. What makes a good bottom, then? For you?
Muscular, rounded, bit rugged. Good to have a grab of.
You get a handful of it?
Yeah.
But not too big a handful, obviously.
Well, big enough.
And and minimal wobble factor, I would have guessed, is important.
Well toned.
And what about the dimple in the side, just in between? Can you feel your hip bone?
Yeah.
Okay, get your hip bone with your spare hand. All right, press that.
Right.
Okay, approximately halfway going laterally from the side to the back.
Right.
Between your hip bone, right, and the sort of top bit of your bottom, there can be a dimple, can't there, or a hollow?
Yeah.
Do you have that hollow?
I do.
Marvellous.
Actually, yeah.
Fantastic. What age are you?
18.
Ah, well, you see. How natural. But is that important in men?
Not so important, I don't think.
Really,
no,
just asking the question. Just asking the question. And isn't it a shame that most jeans don't quite fit at the bottom of the bottom?
Yeah.
It is a shame.
Yeah, it is, because it doesn't show off the lovely bottom properly.
No. There are adverts like that one with all the cowboys and the woman in the white blouse.
That's right.
Where the jeans do fit properly, but when you buy them and you get them home, 2 wearings.
That's right.
And they've gone saggy in just one
saggy
spot.
At the bottom, that's right.
Exactly. Splendid. Well, if you'd like to give us a slap, then we'll let you go on your way. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Feel that, Tommy?
No, that was feeble.
I go again?
Yes. No, still feeble again. No, that's rubbish, woman. Let me give you some demonstration of what I've got in mind. This is more like it. Are you ready?
Okay.
There. Fleshy but solid. One last time. Oh, it's hopeless, woman. Hopeless, woman. You need to get some gusto into your life, but I'm grateful for your call.
Okay, thanks, Tommy.
Kirsty's on the line from Lowestoft. Kirsty, you're on Talk Radio. Good afternoon.
Hi, Tommy. What do you think of visible panty lines?
Well, we know, don't we?
I think they look disgusting, actually.
And yet it shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
They shouldn't, should they?
But they do.
No.
I think they do, anyway.
It's extraordinary, though, that they do.
Well, what I can't stand when these girls go out clubbing and they've got white trousers on.
I know.
Fair enough, they wear white knickers, but you can see their knicker line.
You can see the ridge, can't you? Why do they make ridged panties?
I don't know. Search me. Well, no, actually don't.
No, I won't. I wasn't going to.
So what do men think of it? You, as a man, what do you think of a visible panty line?
Well, again, here's a conundrum. I always think it's fascinating how little we know ourselves. Although lingerie is extremely easy on the eye, seeing lingerie underneath another item of clothing has the opposite effect.
Do you think so?
I do.
Oh.
That shouldn't be, should it?
No, definitely not, no.
Very strange. Why do you ask? Are you worried about your own panty line?
Yeah. Well, no, because when I wear tight trousers, I don't wear knickers, basically. And when I wear baggy trousers, I do, obviously, but I just don't want to look strange like the other girls I see out clubbing, so that's my point.
No. I mean, I do wonder about the whole business of underwear and lingerie. If you are sort of squeezing yourself into a tight-fitting pair of jeans or a skirt or something or whatever, I do wonder if they're necessary, really.
Well, knickers or tight trousers?
Knickers. Well, in a skirt, obviously.
Well, in a skirt,
just for basic modesty. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Well, just one quick slap.
No.
Oh, go on. Why not? Why not?
Oh, I'm mother of 2 and all that.
No. Well, so you've still got a life, haven't you?
I try to think so, yeah.
You didn't cease to be, you know.
Well, that's what I thought. As soon as you have 2 children, I thought that's it, life ceased. But
What age are you?
I'm 21.
To hell with it. Come on.
All right, no, I'm not. I'm going to go, and I'll put the phone down.
No, fair enough.
So I know how great that makes you feel.
Slam it down then.
No, I can't. I'm no good at slamming the phone down.
Kirsty,
Anyway, I'm having an argument.
Has having 2 children turned you into a complete powder puff?
Yes.
Yeah, it does,
has.
doesn't it? I know it does, doesn't it? How old are they?
One's 3 and one's 9 months.
9 months.
Yeah.
Getting any sleep?
Not much.
Oh,
no.
babe.
Sorry?
I said, oh, babe.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, it's a more important job even than being gorgeous.
Oh, that's lovely. Anyway, one's about to actually eat the answer phone.
See ya.
Thanks for having me on. Great show.
Anytime.
Listen to you every day.
Good on you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Free call 0500 1053 89. In celebration of bottoms, stand by for Talk Radio's World Cup drive time and watch out for Scott Chisholm's tip Clerkenwell in the big race, which sets off in 5 minutes at Ascot. I'm Tommy Boyd. This is Talk Radio. There's a good argument for listening.
He's hidden and the... Talk to Tommy Boyd. Free call 0500 1053 89.
Peter's up next in Bournemouth. Peter, you're on Talk Radio. Good afternoon.
Hello, Thomas. How you doing?
Thank you for calling.
Oh, great. I was just calling on this subject of bottoms. It's one of the things that attracted me to my wife, first of all.
Invariably is.
Invariably is. Not the sort of girl that I would have gone out with, actually, being a bit of a nutcase and a loon. She was very...
Sorry, you or she?
I was.
You
She
are.
was very prim and proper, and we sort of, didn't sort of mix and match, but I don't know what it was. Just kept staring at her bum every time we went out, so, just one of those things, I suppose, and I've ended up married, and I've got 4 kids now.
All down to bottoms.
All down to bottoms, I'm afraid.
I'm sure, and I'm sure her bottom is still, if not more, gorgeous.
Oh, yes, there's nothing like
More
it.
attractive, more interesting.
Curl up behind it in bed at night.
Oh,
absolutely
yes.
delightful.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway, she's...
Does it still get the odd affectionate slap?
Oh, it does indeed.
Marvellous.
So much to make her squeal. That's
Really?
Yes.
We have to judge it just right, don't we?
Oh, yes. It's a definite art that develops with age and length of being married.
I've just reminded myself that when I give Jane a slap, I always say, I got you then, didn't I? And she always says in a stilted way, and this is our joke, you did, didn't you? Yeah, it's kind of, it's sort of romantic, but it's affectionate as well.
Oh, yes.
A bit like, I don't know, blokes sort of punch each other on the shoulder, don't we?
Yeah.
Hey, Peter, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, fine.
You know, but I can't do it with colleagues, obviously.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I've never done it to a colleague, and I wouldn't dream of doing it to a colleague, and you shouldn't even think about it.
No, well, I suppose not.
Unless probably you've been out with them.
I've done it to the mother-in-law once, which got a dirty look from my wife from, but...
What about your mother-in-law, though?
Oh, she enjoyed it.
I know.
It's, found out mother-in-laws, isn't it?
Yes. I almost got myself in a pickle a while ago when a woman at a place where I was working, I sort of kind of was on very, very jokey terms with her and slightly flirty terms with her. And I went to sort of do an air slap out of friendliness.
Yeah.
Judged it badly. She moved a bit. I sort of wasn't concentrating, and I gave her a real whack. And then I was very worried because, again, you know, it's not what you do.
No.
It was totally innocent. It was a mistake. Gave her a whack. Anyway, she appeared to love it. And went very flushed, and now often jokes about it.
Yes, just that little bit keeps them on their toes, doesn't it? Sort of tends to excite them a little bit.
Well, I don't know it, but it is a mystery, isn't it? It's a strange business.
One of those things. But anyway, I thought I'd better ring in and let you know.
Yeah, what's your wife's name?
Lisa.
Lisa. Jill's next in Middlesex. Jill, you're on Talk Radio. Just a quick name check there, why not? Jill.
Hello?
Afternoon.
Hello. Men must have hairy bums.
Oh.
They must.
I've never, ever met a person who liked bodily hair at all. Never mind about there.
No, well, I'm not saying that I like it, but they must have a hairy bum.
Because?
Because when you're having sex with them, you can weave a carpet at least. Sorry.
No, it's all right. This is a girl's joke, is it?
Well, yes. You can do a bit of macrame or whatever it is.
If you're getting bored.
Yes. So a hairy bum is essential. And there was a joke, and I can't remember it, but it's something to do with your eyelashes being connected to the hair in your bum or something. Or, yeah, something like that, because if you put...
You need one of those memory courses, dear.
It makes your eyes roll.
You're a vicar, you should know. I don't know what that means, but anyway.
Yes. Well, that's it.
Yes.
And she nearly wouldn't let me on air because I'm not going to slap my bum.
You're not?
No.
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 She being the cat.
She being, yeah.
Or Fred as we call her.
Fred!
I'm not on bottom slapping terms with her yet. Thank you, Jill.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes, bye. Simone is next. Simone, you're on Talk Radio. Good afternoon.
Hi, Tommy. I'll slap my bum for you. Listen to this.
I'm looking forward to it.
How about that?
It sounded, do it again.
Hang on. Oh, that hurt.
Good. No, that was a bit feeble, the second one.
Oh, it wasn't then, but if you could have felt that, you'd have known it wasn't.
Is it going to be red?
A little bit. Shall I check it?
Why? Has it got nothing on it?
No, it has, but... Oh, yes, it's nicely red.
Oh! Oh, you're slapping a bare body.
Oh, no, I have got something on it. It's just a skirt. It lifts up quite quickly.
Oh, dear. Well, do it one last time, then, and get...
Oh, I can't. I've got to do the other cheek, then.
Oh, fair enough.
Hang on.
Well, isn't the afternoon ending with a frisson, chaps?
Oh, that's better.
Oh, a lady called Simone, who is... That didn't sound too good either. You need to get the telephone right round by it if you're going to do
I'm
it.
not doing it anymore, Tommy.
Oh, one more,
later.
please. Oh, please, one more.
No.
Oh, please, I beseech
go on, then,
you.
just for you. Hang on.
I'll do one if you'll do one.
Hang on, then.
Yeah,
How am I going to explain this to my fella later with big hand marks on my bottom?
well, they'll match up with yours. Hang on a sec. This is what I'm talking about here. Oh, that sounded a bit dead, didn't it?
That
a bit
did,
dead
yeah.
and wooden. Ooh.
There you go. Well, my fella's got a fixation with bottoms.
Well,
But not mine, his own.
His own?
Yeah. He
He's
makes
got
me scratch it for hours on end every night.
Scratch it, that's
Scratch it.
a new one on me.
Is it? You should try it. I swear by it.
Scratch tickle or actually scratch itch?
Scratch.
Scratch what sort of scratch? Oh, claw.
Scratch, yeah.
Claw.
Claw scratch.
Oh, yes, right. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
But well documented.
Absolutely.
Simone.
I thought I'd share that with you.
We're very glad that you did. Thank you for your call.
Thank you.
Moz D is next, and Talk Radio's World Cup drive time with Manchester United's Peter Schmeichel making his record 102nd appearance for Denmark. I look forward to talking with you from 2 tomorrow. Remember the wonderful hour at 3. I'm Tommy Boyd. This is Talk Radio. There's a good argument for listening.
Don't forget to subscribe and like. Comment too if you wish. Even slap your legs and make a purchase from Ann Summers. But don't do nothing.